the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the PRO Sidewinder Dirt Series. Lernerville, once again this evening on the docket. You were here last night. You saw the Dirt Slingers right here at Lernerville. Great race for those guys. 360 sprint cars tonight. Big block modifieds out here on the track with no walls. 50 lap feature on tap for you, and I have to say that I am slightly shocked at the small car count tonight, because normally this series pretty full of drivers. Not so much this evening. I did check the points on the way in, as I promised last week during the show. The overall points lead to Casey Miller, 24 markers ahead of second place Nick Chambrone, with Robbie Schaefer a mere 36 points out of the lead in the third. It is a pretty good ways back. It's about 90 points back to Nick Cohan and about 120 back to Josh Gerlach, who sits in fifth. Roderick Fitzke, John Borth, Anthony DeBarro, Reed Rundle, and Corbin Hutchison rounding out your top 10 in the points. As I said, 50 laps on for tonight's feature. We should have a full field. We should take every driver tonight, as we're not going to have more than the full field car count from the looks of things. Going to be a quick show. Don't go anywhere. Don't jump the gun. Don't get out of here too quick. Hang out for the entire show. Sometime tonight, before we drop the green on the feature, I will give away 3 months of the iRacing service to somebody who is not a current member. It's all the basic content for that free 3-month trial. Got about a minute and 45 seconds here until we get ready to head down trackside. Tomorrow night, possibility that Dominic is going to try to debut the new overlay system for the Dirt Racing Network. He's going to give it a shot during the Wednesday Night Warriors with the Dirt Slingers guys, their big block modified series. Those guys are set to be Eldora, I'm pretty sure. Looking now for their schedule. And yes, they will be at Eldora tomorrow night. And then on Thursday night, Warhorse back here. And I do believe the NASCAR guys start somewhere right around this one. We get the new overlays going, and Dom will get the bugs all worked out of them, so it'll be a new look for us. Should be a lot of fun. He's been working pretty hard on that, so I'm excited to see what he's come up with. Don't forget, if you're over on YouTube and Twitch, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, doesn't matter where you're watching from, any of the shared pages, or if you're at the Dirt Racing Network's page, make sure you like, share, and follow the Dirt Racing Network's page. Let everybody know where you see some of the best dirt racing on the iRacing service. Off season for a lot of real drivers, a lot of real racing. So this is where you're going to get your fix between now and March, April.
All right, guys, welcome to week 12 of the...
You heard them get ready to kick the drivers' meeting off. That means it is time for opening ceremonies. We will go trackside, and when we come back, we'll have our qualifying session.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
All right, practice session just about, there it is, done now. Drivers getting ready to roll out. Watch Nick Chambrone here in his qualifying effort. Chambrone having a great start to the season. Did miss the podium until the last 2 weeks and then has missed it 2 weeks in a row. Had a really bad week last week. I think he finished 21st. Right in that neighborhood. Going to come around and put his first time to lap in qualifying on the board at 15.336 seconds. John Borst times in P2, 15.439. Now Casey Miller. Robbie Schaefer, 15.302 seconds. Looked like the car was out of shape there. In the middle of turn 2. We'll see what that does to his second lap. Lap time considerably slower, over a tenth slower, but he is still P1 in qualifying. 15.302, 15.332, and 15.343 for your top three. 3.350 now for DeBarro. Peyton Grease, let's go watch Josh Gerlich. The alwaysraceday.com machine. .259 quick time right now. Roderick Fitzke still lacking a time. That's not going to do much to improve his time. That big bobble in 3 and 4, that'll slow the car down about a quarter second right there. So 15.259. Josh Gerlach, your quick qualifier for the evening. It's going to be a short night, folks. 1 or 2 heat races at most. Probably a short warm-up session. These guys are going to hit 50 laps in the feature. Make sure you stay tuned. I am going to try to give away 3 months of subscription. If you are not a member, definitely be here beginning of the feature. That is when I will have you respawn, and I will give you instructions on how to get that subscription from me. About 30 seconds left. Roderick Fitzke now rolls the 3 machine out onto the track. He should get on the clock right here. 15.7 to 4. I think that was his out lap right there. Right up to the cushion. Good job of keeping it from going over the top. 15.352. That'll move him to 5th quick. So Fitzke times in 5th quick. 2 heat races, as I stated. Let's run through the CJAuto21.com starting lineup for heat race number 1 on the pole. The Hobstadt Guzzler CSI, number 92 from Hobstadt, Indiana. Peyton Grease on his outside. You watched him qualify last right there, the 3 car of Roderick Fitzke. Second row on the inside, the A-Treat Dizzy Trucking Dizzy Motorsports 01 machine from Nazareth, Pennsylvania. That is your second in points currently. Nick Chambrone on his outside, the alwaysraceday.com netcode esports number 71 from Bondurant, Iowa, Josh Gerlach. Third row inside, the Central Services Muellers, number 43 from Oxford, Michigan, of Reed Rundle. And on his outside, the netcode esports number 02 from Peoria, Illinois, Robert Lynn. So everybody transferring through. Lights off on the pace truck, should go green out of 4. Tricky little track right here. You got to be careful running the cushion, otherwise you're going to go over the hill. And there is no grip once you go over the top. Over that lip, you are in a free-for-all back there. It's just going to be slip and slide.
Green, green, green.
Green flag in the air. Start for Grease. He's got the lead out of 2. Fitzke with a great run off the top side of 2. Cuts to the inside. He goes to the point down at the beginning of 3 and 4. Who's going to have it coming out? Fitzke leads lap number 1. Grease was second. Chambrone fourth, right behind Gerlach. When they got to the line, I think Chambrone was ahead of Gerlach, but now Gerlach up to 3rd. Chambrone 4th. Rundle and then Robert Lynn in 6th. These 6 cars still within touching distance of one another after the 2nd lap, and it is still Fitzke, Grease, Gerlach, and Chambrone, all 4 cars maintaining their position on your screen right here. Slider coming from Grease, didn't get there. Ball to second, now gets under fire from Gerlach, and Gerlach may be looking for the slider down here in 1 and 2. No room for that. He's going to fall to 3rd. Chambrone had a run, had to check it up to keep from running into the back of Gerlach. Fitzke went over the top, so that's going to move the 3 car from the penthouse to the outhouse. He goes from 1st to 6th, gives it up to Peyton Grease. Gerlach now 2nd. Chambrone 3rd, and Rundle back in the picture here in 4th. Halfway through heat race number 1. Roderick Fitzke had the lead, took the car over the top in 3 and 4, managed to keep it going, didn't lose control of it, but he fell all the way to the 6th spot. Now he's going to be back here. He and Robert Lynn start to get close, and Fitzke goes by on the high side, put Lynn back to 6th again. Go back towards the front. Still Grease, Gerlach, Chambrone. They've gotten away from Reed Rundle. So your top 3 nose to tail, 4th place a little ways back. Chambrone looking for the way to get around Gerlach. Would like to take a shot at Grease. Don't know if it's going to happen. Right now, those guys pretty much running the exact same lap time. All of your top 3. All 15:30. That time, Grease 15:40, and then 49 and 45 for 2nd and 3rd. White flag was in the air. We are down to the last 2 corners. Chambrone went for it. Grease will win heat 1, then Gerlach. Chambrone, Rundle, Fitzke, and Lynn in that order. So we'll get heat 2 ready to go. There's CJAuto21.com. Starting lineup looks like this. On the pole, the Pretend Racing Online Disney Motorsports number 86 from Faribault, Minnesota, John Borst. On his outside, the 27 machine of Anthony DeBarro. Your second row inside, the Long Lane Racing number 05 from York Haven, PA. That's Casey Miller. And on his outside, the Full Moon Garage number 10 from Hamburg, Pennsylvania, of Robbie Schaefer. That 10 car, it'll look more like a 0. It's a teeny tiny little 1 on the side. You can't hardly see it. You got to get down close. And your third and final row for your final heat race of the evening, the BAR Transport, number 63 from Muskegon, Michigan, of Bill Coy. Starts on the inside of that back row into his outside. The CJ Auto Perk Coffee Disney Motorsports, number 21 out of Nazareth, Pennsylvania, of Nick Cohan. Donnie Bones Nichols, huh? All right. Well, hopefully he's watching. Yeah, I'll get a hold of you maybe tomorrow. Just wanted to make sure everything was good up at the World Finals and see what the next plan is from you, brother. Get some rest. We got plenty of time to talk. All right, green this time out of turn number 4. John Boris, Anthony DeBarro on our front row for our final heat race of the evening. 10 quick laps. Borst
Green,
on the
green.
throttle. Good start for him. He's going to have the lead all to himself with a pretty fair gap going into 1 and 2. That pink and white, number 05 of Casey Miller, works his way around the inside. He had second going into 3. Will he be able to keep it coming out of 4? Too much momentum on the top side. DeBarro goes by. Here comes Schaefer. Schaefer had to check because Miller filled the empty hole behind DeBarro on the top lane. He's got third. Schaefer is fourth. Cohan around Coy into fifth. Bill Coy back here all by his lonesome. But out in front, Borst is hanging on to this thing. DeBarro brought it up close right there in the middle of 3 and 4. 3 down, 7 to go. Top 5 all locked in pretty tight right here. One mistake and anybody could end up winning this thing. Cohan went to the bottom on Schaefer, didn't get it good. That would have been for 4th. Now he's going to have to regroup, try it again. That time Schaefer almost got into the side of Miller because Miller checked up for DeBarro, who got out of shape in 1 and 2. Now Miller thought about the slider, then thought better. Schaefer trying to work the middle of the track. That's not going to happen. Too much momentum on the top side right now. 4 laps to go still. Borst in front of DeBarro, in front of Miller, in front of Schaefer. Cohan now has reeled the guys back in. See if he starts to make moves with the final closing laps of heat number 2. A freight train around the top, and Cohan almost, Cohan finally lost it. He took it over the top, got a little hot getting through there, so that's going to take him out. Now DeBarro does it, and he goes over. I don't know if that's going to trigger a caution. He was so far back. So that thins the herd. Now it's Borst, Miller, Schaefer, Bill Coy in 4th. Nick Cohan still out here, but he's almost a full track behind these guys, and we're coming to the white flag. Borst, can he hang on? 1 more straightaway, 2 more corners. Can he pick up the heat win? Looking good to this point. It will be John Borst winning heat number 2. Then it's Casey Miller, Robbie Schaefer. Bill Coy will come home in the 4th spot. And Dizzy himself over there, Karen Cohan. I bet Karen's having a fit right now. You're going to finish 5th in this one after a couple of off-track excursions. Cool. So we're going to look if the guys are going to do their warm-up session here, which I kind of have a feeling they will. We will pay a bill or two. Give some thanks. Definitely thanks to Mr. Nichols there. Always a great supporter of DRN. And we will be right back after this commercial. All righty. Cars all over the place right now. Got Nick Cohan out here trying to figure out how to keep the 21 car from jumping the lip in turns 1 and 2. Don't forget, 9 o'clock Eastern tomorrow night. Dirt Slingers, Wednesday Night Warriors, Big Block Modifieds at Eldora. Last couple of trips for those guys to Eldora have been pretty good. A lot of action. A lot of fast-paced action, actually. At last piece of info that I had was that Dominic was going to debut new overlays. He was going to have everything in order and try to debut them for Wednesday night and see what the new look for the Dirt Racing Network has in the store. So be sure you tune in for that. A couple of shows on Thursday. Around 9 o'clock Eastern, I think both shows kind of kick off. Dominic will have one, and I will have the other. We'll have Warhorse, and Dominic should have the NASCAR guys. It's Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. Dirt Slingers 410 Outlaw Series going to be back in action. Going to give the iRacing World Championship drivers a chance to get some practice in. They're going to follow their schedule, going to try to follow their package as far as their track resets and the way they set things up, and help those pro drivers. Well, I don't know if that's good news for everybody or bad news there, buddy, but I do see Tiny Dancer talking about being with us tomorrow night over at the Warriors. So that'll be a lot of fun. Be sure you tune in for that, especially if Dom's going to debut the new look. It's going to be pretty exciting. Practice session about to wind down. Get ready to do 50 green flag laps with this feature. See who can pick up the win here. If you're not a current iRacing member, you be sure to stay tuned here. Right when we start to roll off on the grid, I'm going to tell you how you have the opportunity to get 3 months of iRacing for free with the basic content. Give you a chance to, as they say, wet your whistle. See if you like it. Maybe you can be the next big star here on the Dirt Racing Network. Let's run down our CGAuto21.com starting lineup for our 50-lap feature. It's going to be Peyton Grease on the pole with John Borst to his outside. Your second row will be Josh Gerlach and Casey Miller. Row 3, Nick Chambrone and Robbie Schaefer. Reed Rundle and Bill Coy in the fourth row. Your fifth row, Roderick Fitzke and Nick Cohan. And starting in the back row, Robert Land and Anthony DeBarro. So 12 cars, going to do 50 laps. So if you are not currently an iRacing member and you would like to give it a shot, the first person that will type the phrase, "I want to go racing," into the chat, I don't care where you're at, YouTube, Twitch, any of the Facebook channels, I will see it. I will respond. I will tell you you have won, and I will tell you how to contact me directly so that you can get your promo code for your free 3 months. It's got to be a non-member. It is not good for a renewal. It is not good to extend your current subscription. So type in there, "I want to go racing." We've got a pile of these starting to stack up. Nobody's trying to get. All right, green flag coming down right here. 50 laps. PRO Sidewinder Dirt Racing Series Big Block Modifies round number 12 underway. Josh Gerlach immediately to the point, and Casey Miller, the 05 car, going to settle right in there to second. Those two are going to stay around the top. You're going to see Peyton Grease at 18 machine. Says 92 on your ticker, but it's the 18 on the track. He is going to run around the bottom. He hangs on to third right in front of Chambrone. And then Robbie Schaefer. Right in there, your top five kind of under a blanket and almost 3 wide out of 4 for a second. Reed Rundle in behind that. Roderick Fitzke sits in 7th, and it's Cohan, Lynn, and DeBarro through the top 10. Borst and Coy rounding out the entirety of our field. And right now, Josh Gerlach, that 71 machine has been pretty strong most of the season. A couple of missteps here or there, but we've talked to him in the booth quite a bit at the end of the night. And he is starting to stretch out. He's got about 4.5 tenths now. Oh, there goes Chambrone, and he is going to get it under control. He's going to bring it back onto the track, all the way back in 11th. And I'll tell you, it's that easy to go from hero to zero dirt racing, because that guy had a string to open up the season of about 9 straight podium finishes. And he can't find the podium now with a road map in both hands. Gerlach, Miller, Schaefer, and Grease battling side by side over third. Now, Schaefer asserts himself off the top side of 4, takes it cleanly all to himself. Grease on the bottom. Rundle is still in 5th. I think it's just a matter of time before that 05 car finds the opening that he wants. He is going to rock it around to that 71 car in one way or another. These two running almost identical lines in 1 and 2. But in 3 and 4, Gerlach has found something in the middle. It's just not quite as quick as that momentum off the top side, and here we go. Battle for the lead. Schaefer put himself in it. 3 wide out of 2 with Grease on the bottom for a second right there. Now Schaefer round through the middle. He's got enough momentum. He's dead even at the line with Miller. This is a great battle in your top 4 right here. They are on the screen. And I think Robbie Schaefer might put that 0 car to the point if he can find that same run off of 4. Couldn't do it that time. Gerlach, too much momentum. But now Grease starting to battle Miller. Your top 4 all over one another, and the guy in 5th, Reed Rundle, right there, just off the screen. Not able to mix it up with these guys, but if somebody here makes a misstep or there's an incident, he is going to be right in the thick of things. Battle for the lead. Schaefer had it off the bottom. Gerlach's able to hang on and keep it even going into 3 and 4. Who'll have it? At the start-finish line, Gerlach again by a smidge. Now Schaefer with a good run out of 2. Half a car going into 3 and 4. Drives it in deep. Slider up to the top. Gerlach tries to counter. This time it's Robbie Schaefer. It took him 13 laps to get there, but Robbie Schaefer now to the point. Gerlach at second, and Grease is right there. Casey Miller hanging on to 4th, and it's a little ways back, about another 8 car lengths. The Reed Rundle in 5th. Nick Cohan has brought the 21 machine up to 6th. He's got DeBarro on his outside. That's 6th and 7th, and Robert Lynn in the 2 car right in behind that through your top 8. Chambrone back to 9th. Borst, Fitzke, and Coy through the top 12. Schaefer's gotten free, and he is starting to get away from these guys as we get to our first caution. We are going to see that might be Robert Fitzke. May have been who our caution was. Fitzke and Borst is down the backstretch into turn 3. Oh, they got hooked up, and Fitzke turned Borst there, and he got him far enough sideways, and with a car in behind him, that definitely will get you a caution thrown every time you got past the 90 degrees. So Schaefer, Gerlach, Greeks, Miller, Rundle, Cohan, DeBarro, Lynn, Chambrone. Fitzke is shown 10th, and Bill Coy and John Borst 11th and 12th. About a third of the way through. Car's going to get doubled up, get ready to go back to green. Still no winner. Nobody has chimed in, so everybody must be a member already that is watching tonight. 34 laps remaining.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Schaefer with a good start. Gerlach and Grease probably going to battle a little bit here. Track's starting to change. You can see that it's starting to get a little slicker from about the 2/3 mark all the way out to that lip up there. I guess the best thing to call it is a lip because it doesn't turn into a cushion. That's for daggone sure. Nick Cohan ripped the 21 car right around to where those marbles are, right on that lip. Now goes over on the back stretch, trying to bring it back on the track. Does so in turn 3, loses a couple of spots. He's going to be back to 8th. It's still Schaefer, then Grease, then Gerlach. As Grease worked the bottom, got around Gerlach. Casey Miller still on top in 4th, and that's Reed Rundle in the 43 right behind that, trying to hang on to 5th. Is trying to make a move on Miller, got the car too far sideways and had to give up on that effort. Down the back stretch into 3 and 4.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
On at the speedway once again. Is this the 05? It is. Casey Miller was running in 3rd place. Oh, and he way overcooked his grits and jumped outside the pot there in turn number 3, and yeah, stirred himself up a little bit. He's going to get it righted. Hopefully not a lot of damage to that 5 car. I know he hit right on that right rear. And that'll relegate him all the way back to the back of this thing, 12th position. So now it's Schaefer, then Grease, then Gerlach, Rundle, Chambrone, Cohan, Borst, Fitzke, Coy. Robert Lynn is 10th, Anthony DeBarro and Casey Miller 11 and 12. Sneaking in on halfway. Yeah, Tim, been pretty decent. We had good racing last night. I'm hoping to see really good racing tomorrow night at Eldora. How many of your boys are going to join the fold tomorrow night? Looks like we're about to go back to green here. 29 laps, so about 4 laps shy of the halfway point.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back in the air. Schaefer gets another good start. Now we're going to see the battle with Grease and Gerlach in reverse. Gerlach has that bottom, or it looks like it's the wettest right now. He's got the spot out of 2. Grease had a good run. Nice momentum coming up out of the middle of the corner there into 1 and 2. He uses the high side, escapes into 2nd. He's going to start putting pressure for our lead right here on Schaefer. Just not enough momentum out of 2, and that's what happens when you come up off the bottom. You got to wait so long for that car to get straight before you can really put the throttle into it. Reed Rundle starting to show a little life here about the midway point. Was 5th a couple of laps ago before the caution. Now making a battle to take 3rd away from Gerlach. Oh, Grease went for the slider. He couldn't make it stick. And Schaefer goes back to the point. Gerlach got in a little hot. Had to get the car sideways, see if that does anything for Rundle. Right now, our 2 leaders starting to do battle. That time, Schaefer covered the slider line on entry. Oh, that's not good, Tim. His back's messed up again. Well, we miss you, Matt. Love to see you back on the track, brother. I'll give you a call, give you some well wishes. Here comes Reed Rundle making a move to take 3rd away from Gerlach, the slider, and he got in there, and it was very, very minimal contact. But Rundle has 3rd for the time being. Don't look now. Here comes that 21 machine. That guy started dead on the field. And now battling for a podium spot with Reed Rundle. Rundle just got it last lap. Now Cohan already up here trying to take it away. Here comes Chambrone after his off track about 10, 15 laps ago. He's back here in the top 6. He's going to be looking for a podium spot pretty quick. Great battle here. Got a little bit of a battle at the front. That's kind of straightened out. Now Cohan trying to get off the bottom of 2. Take third away from Rundle. Not going to happen this time. Quick look at the front. Grease has the top. Schaefer still running the middle, and Schaefer hanging on. Grease went in on the bottom. Did not go full slider, but he does bring it up. And Schaefer is able to run past him. Caution once again. This is Fitzke, I think, again. And Fitzke may be off track down here in 1 and 2. We're going to look from the way back camera and see what happens to the 3 car. If he gets it up and over, he's going to come right at us, I think, here. Oh, yeah, got in there, tried to go across the nose on Fitzke, on DeBarro. And, yeah, he went for a ride right there. So, Schaefer, Grease, Rundle, Cohan, Chambrone, Gerlach, DeBarro, Borst, Coy, Lynn, and Miller. Casey Miller went to the back, and he has not made any strides forward. That car might be damaged. I know he hit on the right rear pretty hard. He may have broken it. So it looks like we are getting set up to go green here. Pace Truck is going to jump off here in turn 3. Track's starting to get fairly slick. You can see how slick turns.
Green, green, green.
4R green flag back in the air. Around through. Whoa, Rundle, and I think Gerlach and Rundle just went for a big ride. Watch the restart. 43 car. Not sure who he got tangled up with here. Oh, down in the corner, got into the side of Grease across the track, gets hammered on the left front. That car rolls over. She's going to stay on her lid when she gets back there and that stuff. So, Rundle got up there and battled for it, but did not survive the restart there. I think Grease got in there a little slower than Rundle thought he was going to. Those two touch, and then it's kind of, you're along for the ride at that point. All right, going to double them back up. 19 laps remaining. Had us a couple of quick cautions here. Maybe things will settle in. We'll go green the rest of the way. Restart here. Schaefer and Grease. And Grease got a pretty good start there. We'll see if we can do anything coming out of 2. I don't think enough momentum. It's going to be Schaefer, then Grease. Now battle for third. Cohan on the bottom. Chambrone up on the top. Chambrone was up here battling in this top 3-4 positions about 20 laps ago and went off in turns 3 and 4. And it has taken a long time for him to get back, nearly half the race, to get back to battling inside the top 5, but he's doing it now. Battle for the lead. Grease has got the outside now, and I don't know. We'll see what Schaefer does down here in 3 and 4. Goes with a deep drive into 3, brings it down. I think Big Grease led that lap by about 50 one-thousandths of a second, so about 5 100ths. Now the top line, and that's probably where the momentum's at. Grease should clear him completely here, and he does. Peyton Grease, the new leader. Robbie Schaefer back to second. Chambrone worked his way around. Cohan, he's taken third. Cohan into fourth, and here comes Anthony DeBarro inside the top 5. Josh Gerlach backslide all the way back to 6th, but Casey Miller is starting to make a run towards the front. We're down to 14 laps to go. Miller in 7th, trying to make a run. We're watching 3rd, 4th, and 5th right here. Your front 2, not much of a battle. They've kind of locked into a single file deal there, lockstep around. Running pretty much the same line at the front, but these guys, Chambrone having the track kind of to himself. DeBarro and Cohan 4th and 5th. Good side-by-side battle. DeBarro now takes the advantage, move him to 4th. Cohan is 5th, and Gerlach and Miller almost side-by-side for 5th and 6th. 11 laps to go. Peyton Grease still out in front. I think Schaefer is stalking. Just looking for an opening. Grease right around the top. Schaefer looked through the middle. Chambrone went through the middle. We're down 9 laps remaining. Schaefer getting good runs. Now going to go with a slider. Will he bring it up the hill? Yes, he did. But Grease saw that coming. He was able to cut underneath. Well, now Schaefer bumps the fence down the front stretch. Only place on the whole track where there's any outside fence, and Schaefer found it. Schaefer working the 0 car right back to the inside. Grease tried to close off the slider line in 1 and 2. Schaefer not giving up. Still working. It goes way up the hill. Cuts it down. Got a good run off the hill. Not quite going to get there. Coming down to 5 to go this time by, and it's about quarter second. First to second right now. Grease keeping it right in the middle. Basically the low side, I suppose you could call that, down in 1 and 2. He is not right up against the grass, but he's about a car width in up off of it. He goes right to the top shelf in 3 and 4. Schaefer got to the inside. Just not enough momentum to get that pass done. And I think Schaefer's setting him up here. Maybe going to go for it with 1 or 2 to go. Kind of got it in low that time. Going to come off pretty close to even. 3 to go this time. Schaefer's figuring out where he's going to be able to make the move. Going to get a good run down the backstretch right here. Should close right down. Now may go slider, and he may go all the way slider. Now tries to stack it up on the hill and get the drive, but it's not going to work.
All right, man. Caution is out.
And caution right there. With a couple to go, DeBarro upside down. Let's go see what happened to Anthony. He was all by himself here. I think he was running at about 6. Oh, he went over. And then he tried to just bring the car right back. The car bounces and spins out. And, yep, she's going to tip over. So get rolled back onto the wheels. You'll drive it away. But I think we're going to have a 2-lap shootout. It is going to be tough. It's single file restart. It is going to be tough. Schaefer is going to have to make a move. He's going to have to do it pretty early, so he's going to have to time things just right if he's going to steal this win from Grease. Chambrone 3rd, then Cohan, Gerlach, Miller, Coy, Borst, DeBarro still 9th, Robert Lynn not on track. He has left the racing service, so 9 cars remaining. 2 laps to go. Lights off on the pace truck. I think we're getting ready to go back to it. Going to finish this one up. Single file restart, 2 laps to go. Peyton Grease on the throttle. He got a pretty good jump. I don't know if it's going to be enough, but he's darn sure going to try to make it work out. Stays married to his line in 1 and 2. We'll see if he stays top shelf in 3 and 4. Schaefer got a good run. I don't think he's going to get there this time, but he's going to set it up nicely to get it down in 1 and 2. White flag into the air. Schaefer trying to use the momentum off the top side. He's got a good run here. Grease stays on the top. Schaefer comes up close. He didn't get there. I think Grease is going to hang on, and he does. Peyton Grease going to win at Lernerville tonight. Robbie Schaefer, Nick Chambrone going to be your top 3. Then Cohan and Miller your top 5. So Schaefer tried it, and I think if he'd have committed all the way to it, he may well have had a chance to get in there and at least force Grease to do something. And he just did not. Did not get it in there, I think, probably the way that he wanted to, so he kind of backed out of that deal. Probably smart. Probably saved both cars and kept them both on the podium. Start getting our drivers in here so we can chat with them. Nick Chambrone, you got a copy. Nick Chambrone, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, Roger.
Well, man, you're back on the podium again a couple of weeks in a row there of, the 01 car kind of having some trashy luck, and I thought you were going to be in that same boat tonight when you went off track early, but great recovery. You come home third tonight, man. Tell us about your feature.
Oh, man, this is one that I definitely needed. The past 2 weeks, I was good at Eldora the last time we were there. You had a little bad slide job that stuck me in the fence, and then at Williams Grove in the 360s, I had speed, but I ended up in the trash can. So I was real happy to, put in the P3, especially after sliding off the track there. Luckily, I slid off and didn't hit anything. I kept it rolling straight, and I figured we'd catch a couple cautions to let me catch back up, and I knew I was pretty quick.
Well, the overall point's pretty tight, 24 points separating you and Josh there. So, it looks like this thing's going to come right down to the wire. You finish about 4 spots ahead of him tonight. That'll close some things back up. And with just a few races to go, you still got a shot to pull off this championship, at least the overall? Yeah,
I'm going to give it my best shot. Man, I was really upset that I caught bad luck the past 2 weeks because I was right there. I had the points lead in the 360s, the big blocks, and the overall. So I was disappointed by that, but it's nice to hear that the points are still kind of tight, and I still got a little bit of a shot at it.
Yeah, you're catching a little business here. Somebody over on Twitch is saying you drive better than you throw house keys. I don't know what that's about, but that's kind of a shot, I think.
Well, there was a little incident this weekend. Us Dizzy Motorsport boys did a little meetup, and I went to throw all the Borstinator there, the keys to lock the house. And there's a good reason I sim race and I don't play sports, because I missed by about 30 feet and the keys ended up on the roof, not the door.
And you just being the guy that I am, not that I'm on his side, I hope he made you go get those.
Actually, we got a nice, tall, lanky guy that called Nick Cohan. Karen Cohan has nice, long arms. He was able to reach up there with a stick and get the keys down.
Well, good for Karen. That's fantastic. That's a great story, too, by the way. Man, you had a great run tonight. I'm sure you got plenty of thank you shout-outs before we let you get out of here and start this podium run for you again, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd like to give a special shout-out to my beautiful and lovely girlfriend, Caitlin. She said she was going to tune in tonight as she was eating some homemade brownies with peanut butter in that she made. They're absolutely delicious. And everybody should be jealous that I have those sitting down on my countertop to enjoy after this podium. Big special shout out to the Dizzy boys, Anthony, Josh, and Nick and John for racing with us tonight, and then Tim and Shane who had other obligations tonight. Big shout out to Dizzy Industries and all of our Dizzy brand companies. Nick's Drive-In, DizzyMerch.com. Go get your Dizzy merch there. You get a nice sticker, the 01C. Hot Shoes Bar and Grill, Hot Shoes Shine, A-Treat Soda, Mike and Ike's, Franklin Hill Vineyards. And just everybody that supports this racing series here. Special shout out to Nick and John and Josh for putting this on for everybody.
Well, you don't get back in the booth until I get some of those brownies. I think they're going to have to make that a mandate.
Hey, you shoot me your address. I'll talk to Caitlin, and we'll see what we can do.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Hopefully this starts another run of those podiums for you, and I look forward to talking to you next week, buddy.
Yeah, hopefully I'm back here next week. Talk to you later, Roger.
Your third place finisher tonight, back on the podium. Maybe start that string again, Mr. Nick Chambrone. Let's talk to our second place driver here, Robbie Schaefer. Robbie, you there, buddy?
Yep, I got you.
All right, man. Well, great run, man. You had the lead for a while, and then OPG snuck it around there on you, and took the lead. You battled back, and I thought maybe you had a shot. Maybe you just didn't commit enough there on that last slider attempt in 3 and 4, but a great run for you nonetheless. And tell us what was going on out there. It looked like just setting him up, and it just didn't materialize.
Yeah, I don't think I really wanted that caution at the end, but Peyton drove a great race, and he was fast. I was good early on, and kind of started to lose it there after the top went away. But I'm up there in the modified points, so I didn't want to mess anything up too bad and take us both out after a good race.
Well, you're in the top 5 in the overall, and you're a little bit back. I want to say it was 36 markers. I'll look real quick here. I think I still got it up. You were just back a little ways. You weren't too far. But, you know, the overall is one thing, but one of the individual championships, and you said you're right up there in it, is it just really more, I want to stay consistent, I want to be smart, I want to finish races versus, man, I really would like to win one right here and maybe put a stamp on this thing?
Yeah, luckily I got one earlier at Kokomo, I think, so maybe I would have been a little more aggressive there if I didn't win one already, but definitely so easy to mess up here at Lernerville, to fly off the bank or pull a bad slider, so I just didn't want to do anything like that, and second was pretty good.
Well, you're 30 points out after the updated points, which just happened while I was actually bringing them up. They changed. So it's a 30-point. You're in third place right now. You got one win on the season. Just a handful of races left. What's it going to take for you to overtake Chambrone and Miller?
It's going to take me learning how to drive a sprint car in a week because I'm not very good at that. But I'm pretty good in the modifieds here, but I can't figure out the sprint cars to run with those guys.
Well, I kind of have the same problem. I used to think the sprint cars were the thing, and now I could probably do without them if I was going to be 100% honest. So I feel your pain there, brother. Still an awesome run. Second place tonight, man. Shout out, some thank yous, and we'll let you celebrate a great run.
Yeah, thanks. I'd like to thank everyone that puts the league on. It's a blast to run every week, and the Dirt Racing Network on the broadcast do a great job. Thank my wife for the chicken fajitas tonight to get me ready for the race, and Full Moon Garage for making my cars look good.
I told Chambrone if I didn't get some of those peanut butter brownies, he wasn't getting back in the booth. And, man, I'll tell you what, you guys are just all about talking about food and making a fat guy hungry. That's just not fair.
There you go. Chicken fajitas and brownies sound like a good meal.
Woo, give me a margarita, and I'd be in hog heaven. I appreciate it, brother. Hey, thanks for chatting with us, man. Let's see you on the podium, especially in the 360s for the rest of the season, all right?
Thank you.
Your second place driver tonight, that is Robbie Schaefer. And now we will talk to PG and see what he had to do to stay in front of Robbie Schaefer there to pick up the win. Peyton, you got a copy.
What's going on, Roger?
Well, man, I watched you take that car to victory lane tonight, and it looked like it was going to be a struggle for a minute. And then once you got around Robbie, kind of had things your way for a little bit, and then late in it, he was starting to make a run at you. The caution, kind of a godsend for you?
Yeah, a little bit there. Top 1 or 2 came back. I was not going to go up there because every time I went in practice, I went up there, I'd blow it over the cushion, and wasn't very good. So I knew to just stay in the middle or was kind of tacky a little bit off and just try to keep the car straight. And then 3 and 4, just the cushion was just way too good the whole race, and that's how I was able to get around him there.
Well, it's an awesome run, and like I said, you had to battle a couple of times. And if the caution doesn't come out with 2 to go there, he was making some pretty good efforts to get around you. Could you hold him off for another couple of laps if it stayed green without the restart?
Let's probably see if the caution didn't come out, but I mean, he was definitely the faster car there at the end. But like I said, he would get a really good run off too, just because top was coming back in. And I wouldn't go up there, but 3 and 4, I was definitely way better and was able to with being so slick though, the sliders weren't really sticking for him, so I was able to dive underneath him and just keep my car straight and clean, and was just able to get the win.
Well, it's an awesome run. Some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here and celebrate.
I'd just like to thank all the Pretend guys for putting this on. It's a great series, and just you for broadcasting and everybody that's watching at home.
All right, man. Congratulations again. We look forward to seeing you on the podium here in the future.
All righty, thank you.
Peyton Grease wins your feature tonight here at PRO. Run through our official results. It says unofficial, but I think they're pretty much official. So Grease wins it. Schaefer was second. Chambrone comes home third. Maybe start another string of podiums for the 01 machine. Nick Cohan with a good run comes home in fourth. Casey Miller, great recovery for him. Went off pretty late, around 20 to go, maybe a little less. Works his way back through the field and comes home fifth. Josh Gerlach in sixth. John Borst seventh. Anthony DeBarro is eighth. Bill Coy in ninth. Robert Lynn 10th. Reed Rundle is 11th. Roderick Fitzke rounded out the field. So back to 360s next week for these guys, round number 13. Just a handful of races left. I think there's a couple of each remaining. I think they do 16 weeks if my calculations are good, if my memory serves. So about 4 more weeks of these guys, and they'll have both a 360, a big block, and an overall championship in the books once again. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Did not have a winner tonight for the subscription, for the 3-month subscription, so we will put that back in the bag and try to give it away maybe Thursday night. Be sure you like, share, and follow on to the Facebook page, and subscribe over on YouTube and Twitch. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Eastern, Dirt Slingers Racing League Wednesday Night Warriors. Big Block Modifieds at Eldora. Dominic Santina should be debuting some new overlays. That's going to be exciting. Be sure you tune in and check that out. He may give away a subscription to a new member. So don't miss your opportunity for that. Tell your friends, and if they want to get in on iRacing, be sure to tell them that's a chance that they have right there. Until we see you guys the next time, for Dominic Santina and myself, right here at